Okay, my friends, we are here in Asana, and I'm going to show you another version for how you can build your system and process in a really cool system. The system here is called Asana. This is a project management tool, and as I mentioned before, there is a free version of this software that you can use, and it kicks into a paid version when you reach a certain number of users. So just know that you may be able to get away with the free version for your business, and that is actually what we use. So what I wanted to show you is how to build a system and a process. And I'm actually going to start where we left off with that podcast example that I just gave you. And this is a fully built, well, almost fully built example of what that would look like. So you will see in here that we have all of those deliverables. And I've actually added some sections, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And each one of these things will have a due date and a person that it's assigned to. So these are assigned to me. And I'm just going to show you how to build all of this just from start to finish and let you see what this would look like and how it's pretty cool to be able to check off completed tasks and know where things are in the pipeline, et cetera, et cetera. So let's just go to, I'm going to create this from scratch just so you can see it. So I will go first this little plus sign. You'll see your projects are going to be over on the left, and I'm just going to do add a project. I always start with a blank project, but you'll see there's some examples that you can use if you so choose. So we'll just do blank. And then for project name, I'm just going to put podcast. And there are two ways to lay out your list. You can use list or you can use boards. So if you are more of a linear type of learner, if you like Excel, if you like spreadsheets, chances are you might like list. If you're more of a visual learner and you like things in kind of an array like sticky notes, you're probably going to prefer board. Now, I'm going to show you what a list looks like, and then I will actually show you a different board that we have at the end of this, just so you can see what it looks like on a different project. Okay, so for now, list, and I'm going to go create project. Okay, now the coolest thing is this. So we're going to come over here to the process that we've built. So if you typed up your process, which you may have, you can copy all of those deliverables and just come over here and you're just going to paste them in. So if you have a Mac, Control-C, Control-V. And that now populates all of the to-dos that we need to do. If not, you're just going to type them in manually. So type in what you need to do here, right? Now for each one of these, we can come in and populate a couple of different things. So first is who's it assigned to? So let's just say for now, it's me. And let's just give this a due date. Now you will remember when we were over here, these first two things are due on the 1st of the month, right? So I'm going to come over here and, well, February 1st is passed. So let's do March 1st. And then I'm going to click it again and come down here to set to repeat. And I'm going to hit repeat monthly. Repeats every month on the 1st of the month. Done. You feel me? Now let's do it on the next one just to keep it going. Contact interviews to schedule recording dates. Now we know that's monthly. We also know that's me. I do it, come in here, come down to March 1st, hit that again, set to repeat, repeats monthly, done. Cool? Now, let's just keep this going. Ask interviewees to complete the guest form and send bio and pick. So let's just pop back over here. All right, so we're saying we want to do this weekly on Mondays. Cool. Come back in here. So let's just find, so if we're starting this on the 1st, maybe we choose the 4th. So I would put, oh, wrong one. Scratch that. Let me change that date. Okay, let me come down to the right row. Now here we go. Assign it to me, and I would put that on a Monday, and I would repeat that, right? And I go here to weekly and repeat every week, and this is going to be on Mondays. Now, if it was going to repeat a couple times out of the week, you can actually click these and it'll show up on multiple days. Just like that. So we would just repeat this all the way down. Now, you will note when we were in this example that I showed you, I had some sections here because to me, when I think about that entire process, there's sort of different phases to it. There's what happens pre-planning, there's the actual recording, there's the editing phase, and then there's preparing and promoting. So if there feel like there's some groups of tasks that live together and you like the way this looks, you can also do that. And I'll just show you how to do it. So come over here and just hit add section. And let's just say we want to call this pre-planning. And I want to leave a couple of these here, but I need another section, and that one's going to be called recording. So I would just take this section called recording, and I'm just going to drag it down to where we record. And what's cool is all of these can be moved. So if you decided you wanted to resort them, you can resort them. Totally cool. Like however you want to do it. Just like that. And let's just say that I wanted to add those two other sections like you saw on the other one. So one of them was editing, and that of course happens right after recording. So that would be here. Send episode editor, edit show, listen, edit episode. Next one, write the show notes. So now we're really preparing and promoting. So I put preparing and promoting the show. And I'm just going to take this whole section and drag it down to where it belongs. And now we've got all those pieces together. So I like them grouped like this. Like to me, to my brain, it actually makes a lot of sense. Just helps me kind of see what's happening. Now, there's a couple of the things you can look at. There's timeline, which is a premium feature. So you're not going to be able to see this if you don't have it, and I can't see it either. But it lets you see everything laid out on a timeline. You see how it's showing it here. So if you are a visual type of learner and you want to see it that way, that's cool. You can do that. But the calendar is also a nice function. So if you like to see it laid out, you can see if we scroll down here, we can see where these tasks are that I had actually assigned dates to. And of course, you'll see the face of the person or their initials for who it's assigned to, which is pretty cool as well. So let me just show you this fully built again. So you'll just go through this process of building it in here, assigning roles, etc. And then one of the things that's cool is everything that's assigned to you is going to come into your task box. So if I click on my task, you'll see my dirty inbox of things that are past due. Let's just cruise by those. So here are the things that are current. So if it's overdue, it's in red. So don't judge me, but just come down here. These are all things that are current to-dos that I have in all of the various things that we have built inside of here. And that's how you will manage this. So when you get up every day and you say, I need to execute the stuff that's in my plan, you'll pop in here, open Asana, look and see what your to-dos are for today. And it will also, if you want it to, send you an email every morning with your to-do list for the day, which is pretty cool. And of course, each one of these are different projects, right? So we have podcasts, and of course, I have boatloads of other projects that we do things with. And I wanted to show you one. This is a good example of a board layout. So Enid, who works on our team and who runs our blog, she and I use this as a means of looking at bloggers, people that we want to have on the blog, prospective Hatch Tribe heroes. And I look at what she's put here in perspective. And if I agree with it, I drag it over to approved. And then she will take it and run it. And then we put it into scheduled or archived over time. So this is let me come back here. This is a way to see things a little more visually, and this is laid out in that board format, so you can see it just a little bit differently. So here's one that's a little bit more text-based, and let me show you what that looks like. So this is another board layout. You'll see it says board here, and we have questions and things we want to put into the member circle. So that just gives you a sense for kind of how this thing functions. So all that to say, this is what Asana would look like if you built it here. And, you can do it any way you want. I mean, that's the thing that I want to remind you. It is up to you to put your system and your process in the home that it makes sense in. And if this appeals to you, knock it out. If you like it over in Google Sheets and integrate it into your calendar, that's awesome. Do that too. That's totally fine. One thing I will mention, Asana does have a Google Calendar integration that will pull all of your to-dos into the top of your calendar. So it actually puts them up here. Now, I will say one thing I don't love about it is it doesn't sync, so you can't mark it done from your calendar. You will still need to come in here and mark it done. Oh, let me show you that. So when you finish something, you're just going to hit mark complete. And it will say like mark done. Now, I want to show you something kind of fun. See how this just popped back up? April 1st. So you can see that it's doing what it needs to do to pull those tasks back in as you complete them. So that one's done. Oh, and if you saw it just went across the screen, that is one of the cool features of Asana. It actually has like unicorns and narwhals and other fun things that fly across the screen to reward you when you've done your job. All right. If it's a one-time task, it will actually disappear. So if I took this right now and clicked it, this is going to go away. See that sweet little reward, and it doesn't come back because I didn't have a recurrence on it. So if it's something that repeats, which all of these should, I just didn't fill this out completely, it will pop back up there as long as you set the recurrence. Okay, I will meet you in the next video as we wrap this whole baby up. I hope this was helpful in terms of learning how to use Asana, and I'll see you in the next video. Alrighty.